Yo! Good morning, guys. Bitcoin coming back down to the stupid jobs report, man. So that was what we were kind of waiting for this morning. And, well, we did kind of get that little dump. That's definitely for sure. So let's talk about it. What are we looking at for the short term? Are we going to see Bitcoin go sideways here now again until the CPI next week? I wouldn't be surprised, man. We're back in the hole. The back... 19K, man. You're going to love 19K. It's like our good friend at this point, man. I'm already 2 coffees deep, so I got the water rocking here. But let's jump on in, man. Let's not waste any time. Crypto Shock, what's going on, buddy? Creighton said, I'll drink something more manly. Let me grab this white mocha latte, extra whipped cream. Dude, I used to drink those. When I used to go to Starbucks, way back in the day, I got the white chocolate mocha. But I got no whipped cream, so it was a little bit more manly, you know? No whipped cream. What is it? The venti? What? And can we say this? Why at Starbucks are they called a large a venti, and they can't just call it a large like normal human beings? I don't know. And they call a small grande. Since when are small things called grande? Like, this is ridiculous, man. When are small drinks called a grande? I don't know. But let's jump on into the charts and see what we got going on here, man. Because Bitcoin's back down to that 19.6 level, which has been a pretty big swing level for Bitcoin as far as, you know, it's the 4-hour chart and below, right? This has been the big level where we've gotten bounces in the past. We've found resistance in the past. And now we find ourselves chilling, sitting right at 19.6. As we got a 4-hour close coming up in about 2 hours. Still a lot of time to work with here. What's the level I'm watching for, though, right? Because, you know, we talked about it yesterday. This could be a possibility. If the job report comes out bearish, we could be looking for that dump, right? We had bearish divergence at the top, higher highs in price action, lower highs in the RSI, and you saw that play out. Is it over, though, right? Is it over? Let's talk about it, man. Wade said, I like my coffee hot and black. Listen, man, I can't hate on it. Sometimes I'll drink it black. Sometimes I'll drink with creamer. Lately, I've been drinking with the Snickers creamer. It's very, very delicious, and I can't really hate on it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be secure in your manhood to order extra whip. Who goes, you want whipped cream? You know when they always ask you, hey, you want whipped cream on that? You got to be a serious, have some serious business to go, yes, I would like some extra whipped cream at that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that would be absolutely brutal, and I think they would look at you a little bit sideways, you know, a little bit upside down, and everything in between like that. Let's go back over here. So what do we got going on? So obviously the jobs report came out today. Woohoo! Well, not so much, man. Not so much. We got the jobs report. U.S. payrolls grew by 263,000 in September. Unemployment rate falls to 3.5%. So, you know, it's one of those things where good news for the economy is bad news for the markets. Why? Powell and the Fed want unemployment to go up. They want jobs to go down. And we got the opposite, right? And, you know, it's one of those things where we live in this crazy world where the economy seems to be doing well as far as jobs goes, but that's actually a bad thing. We don't want that. We want people to be unemployed, pretty much. Like, we want people to be unemployed. We want people to be broke, which sounds so wrong, immoral, and just opposite of what you would actually think that you want. But no, we want people to be broke. We want people living on the streets. We want people living in cardboard boxes. We want people's portfolios being down 80%. And everything in between, right? That's what the Fed wants, and that's not what we freaking get, man. So there we go. There's that. Where does Bitcoin sit, right? So 19.6. 19.6 is that first big level that we're kind of looking at, right? This level, like you said, man, we just kind of talked about it a little bit, but we've gotten plenty of support on this level looking left, right? Previous resistance, right, and support. So really this whole range, really since Bitcoin dropped in this range in August, has been support resistance so many freaking times. And we're kind of testing it right now. We're testing the willpower. We're testing the absolute willpower of that support. It might be a Cheeto support at this point. Like, we might as well draw a Cheeto right here to see if it's going to hold as support, but we're trying to see if this holds as support, man. The level I'm looking for, though, right? This has sort of been the level, this whole range, since September 22nd for the last couple weeks has been, Bitcoin making these higher lows, right? We're coming up, we're basically coming up to this resistance. We're dumping, coming back up, making another higher low, coming back up, making another higher low. The level that I'm watching for here, very, 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 very deeply here, like super deep, like to the point where I'm trying to dig myself out of this because it doesn't look like this wants to hold at the current moment. The level I really want to see Bitcoin hold is right around this $19,200 level. Okay, we got a vector candle right here on the 4-hour time frame, and right with a little bit of confluence because we love confluence on this channel. When do we not like confluence? We're all about confluence here, and we got this upward sloping trend line, which happens to be right at that level as well, at about that $19,200 level. So my thinking is we do come back to this 19.2 level and we get a little bounce here. And the question is, on that bounce, right, are we going to be able to get back above this 19.6 level? If we don't, well, I mean, that could be the point where we start to roll back over down to these low $1,800 levels. But my what I'm thinking about going forward, at least right now, is this level holding and trying to just continue to hold this main structure of horizontal resistance, upward sloping support line, and still trying to carve out this what is a bullish pattern, right? At the end of the day, obviously, when we go back to support, it's looking grim. It's looking horrible, right? Whenever you go to support, it's not looking great, right? There's panic in the streets. Everyone's calling for lower lows, right?
Everybody panic. We're going to zero.
But we end up just staying in the same damn range, okay? We end up staying in the same damn freaking range every time we panic, okay? Now, we know we got CPI coming up next week. So here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. He said Goblin Town. We're going to Goblin Town. I would say let's wait to CPI next week. But here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. All right. Here's the deal up in this biatch. Okay. CPI is coming next week. Are they going to want to keep it up here in this range? As CPI comes in next week, right? Because what do you guys think? You guys think CPI is going to be bad? You think the CPI is going to be good? Do you think it's really going to matter? Do you think we're going to get the report and it could be bullish or bearish? We're going to get a nothing burger and still go sideways? That's sort of been the move here. But the question is, are the market makers going to want to keep it in this general range here for the CPI? And then obviously we got look what this comes out with. The CPI is coming out on the 14th, I believe, next week, which is next Friday. And the question is that comes right here in this range. Are they going to keep it in this range here until the CPI report comes out? And that's going to be the point where we get that break to the upside, break to the downside, and the general shenanigans which comes with that next week. Could be the case, right? It could be the case. So he said if we can't break out here, we're looking for a retest of the support. Here we are coming down to the retest of support. So that remains the big question here. That remains the big question as we await more sideways action. Woohoo! Who wants more sideways, man? You know, as we see Bitcoin come back to this 19.2 level. DXY, let's look at some of these things. The DXY was continuing up this morning. It's back above this red box, which I wanted to hold as support. It ripped through the red box, back tested as support, and it's getting that move to the upside. So DXY looks like it just wants to continue up, man. And fortunately, for all of us that want the price to go up here, right? At least in the short term, you know, we're not going to go up if the DXY is continuing to rip, right? And it's been ripping. It's been ripping like a hot potato back up to the upside here, man. It really has, right? It really has. It's been ridiculous. Silence of the Lambos. Stupid ass Cheeto. I agree, man. It's a stupid ass Cheeto. The support Cheetos, the resistance Cheetos, and everything in between. We don't know. We don't know. Let's see. Creighton said it would be better. Hike stack and their effect increases over time. Yeah, we'll see. I think you know, it's back in those times where guess what, man? Bitcoin starts coming back down to support, and everyone starts getting super bearish again. It's like rinse and repeat. We come back down to, you know, the low 1900s, high 1800. Everyone gets bearish. Bitcoin bounces, rinse and repeat. It comes to 19.4. You know, we get resistance there. We sort of just hover around until we get, you know, the news that everyone wants, which is some super bearish news, some super bullish news. It seems like the market's just kind of chilling for everything down in between. But the DXY continues to kind of come up here on the 4-hour time frame. Stocks coming down pretty hot and heavy. I was looking for this trend line to hold, or at least this level to hold here if we wanted to see a bounce continuation. Doesn't look like stocks want to do that at all, right? It looks like they're just ripping through. And quite frankly, I think at this point, we got this yellow vector candle down here. Are we coming back down for this $3,600 range on the S&P? Probably looks like we're at least coming back down to test the range, right? And the hope is, right, the major hope here is, as we await next week, is, you know, this low. Obviously, we still got this sort of double low on the S&P. Holy moly, man. The big hope is that as we come down here over the next couple days, this low holds, all right, and we create some type of W formation over here for the S&P as we get the CPI data coming out next week. If it doesn't, well, I mean, ultimately, the target that would make just looking at the chart, I mean, the target that would make the most sense for the long term is, you know, 3,200 to 3,400 for the S&P, which, you know, is big macro resistance and support on the S&P on the daily, right? So, you know, what we want to see, and you know, if we want to see markets go up, is this level right here hold. If this, obviously, we don't want to see this crash down here. That would not be good for BTC at all. And, you know, I think in the meantime, we sit and we've been doing what we've been doing for the last month, which is kind of wait, right? We kind of wait. The Cheeto ruined the rally. I blame the Cheeto, man. It's all the Cheeto's fault. It's all the damn Cheeto's fault. You know what I mean? All the damn Cheeto's fault. But, I mean, once again, man, I'm going to play the range, bro. I'm going to play the range, all right? It's going to be kind of the same deal again where Bitcoin comes back down. Let's say this, right? Bitcoin comes to the support. I'm going to put it in a long position here at the support. You might call me crazy. I'm going to put a long position at the support, stop loss below, and let it ride, all right? Same deal, right? And this would be a shorter term scalp short. If Bitcoin comes back down to the lows here at 18.4, guess what? I'm going to long it again. Because you know why? That has been support over and over and over again. And every time we go down there, it's like, it's not going to hold this time, bruh. It's not going to hold this time, bruh. Bruh. And it does, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So play it until it doesn't play, right? Right now we're just ranging, and the best thing to do, I guess, to take advantage of the markets is just to play the range, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's all you can really do in this market. We're in a wait and see environment, and all you can do is wait and just play the damn freaking range, right? And that's what kind of what we've been saying lately is like, what I'm looking at as far as like the swing trade is a bigger long-term move, right? If we dump here, it doesn't change anything for me. We're still holding support. As long as we stay above 17.5, it's all good in my opinion. And, as far as the short term, we're just in a freaking range. Play the range until it doesn't work. All right? I mean, that's really it. That's really it. Interactive said, hurry up and wait. That's it, man. The Cheeto ruined the rally. Freaking chili, man. I hate the Cheeto, bro. I hate the Cheeto. That's it, man. That's it. Bitcoin chilling, and, we're sort of just chilling. We're chilling. Let's see what everyone's saying, man. A Taki would send us. All right, should we draw the Taki, man? Let's draw the Taki right here. Should we draw the Taki? Let's get it. Bathwater. I got the Taki. Should we draw the Taki? I'm going to draw the Taki here. I'm going to draw the Taki right here. We need the Taki support. Okay, here we go. Taki. Should we? Yeah, let's do the red Taki. And we need a little bit more. We need a little bit more length on this Taki. Here we go. Just like this. Length on the Taki. Boom. And we don't need to color the Taki in because I know it needs more seasoning, right? Let's go. A lot of seasoning on the Taki because there's a lot of seasoning on this. There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah. That looks really juicy. All right. There we go. We got the Taki support. Okay. The Taki support. We'll hold on this Friday. No, we'll see. We'll see if it does, man. We'll see if we does. Dandy said, I feel good in my crypto position. I'm stacking in the event of a big drop that may not even play out. Exactly. No one knows. We're all just here speculating, having fun, and that's all we can really do at this point, This market sucks right now. As far as, patiently waiting for not these little pussy moves, but an actual move, man, it's really testing our patience, It's really testing our patience. And listen, I could sit here and come up with, this indicator and that indicator and this indicator and that indicator and this indicator and that indicator and make up some random bullshit so you guys are like, oh my God, look at Jordan. But I'm going to be honest with you. It's all I can do right now. I mean, until it doesn't work, I'm going to short 20.4, 20.4, and long 18.4, 18.4, 18.4, 18.4. That's all you could say, right? We can look at the MACD and the stock RSI and this and that and this and that, right? It's like none of that shit really matters at this point. It doesn't, man. It doesn't. We're waiting for a range resolution, and we sit here and we let the market makers just kind of toy with us in the meantime, right? Where we get little rallies, little dumps, little rallies. Everyone gets super bearish at support. Everyone gets super bullish at resistance. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat until everyone's strained out and they decide they want to move it in some way. That's basically it, all right? In the meantime, I sit and I look at the chart and I say, okay, this is really it. We're still at support, okay? If Bitcoin does come back down to here again, we're still at support. As I always say, I can't get too bearish at support. And so far, whenever I said that, Bitcoin's bounced. Okay? So, for the meantime, until Bitcoin starts closing some serious candles back in this region down here, we're still at support. I'm going to continue to ride it. And we're going to continue to say the same thing until it doesn't work out. That's really what it is. The cash stacker. The cash stacker, bro. Skillful said, boss, please repeat it, and those in the back. I think I repeated it. I repeated it too many times at this point, Samantha said, it is what it is. Dump it. Dump it, man. Dump it. Oh, man. I've heard that too many times this morning, man. Too many times this morning. Holy moly. Holy freaking guacamole, man. We're going to hold this Taki right here, though. That Taki is going to hold as support. But I mean, just an update and everything like I said, that is the DXY is popping up. The US 10-year yields popping up to the upside. As long as those two things are popping up, Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. Right? I mean, that's really it. That's really it. DXY, US 10-year years, go to the upside. Stock market coming down. It's usually the recipe of Bitcoin not going anywhere for the time being. I mean, that's been the case. The one thing that we can say is, I think the interesting thing here is, if the S&P does come back down, okay, which it is right now. And this is the question I have to ask for you guys. If the S&P does come back down and starts breaking the lows, is there any chance for Bitcoin to hold the lows in your opinion? I want to know. I want to know because, quite frankly, the last time the S&P did this and actually came back down and break the lows, Bitcoin was holding up like a damn rock. Okay, so I ask you guys, if the S&P does start coming boop, 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 like this, do you think Bitcoin holds a chance to hold 17.5K? I want to ask you guys in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. See you guys. The blue Taki? No. The blue Taki is second tier. Second tier. Now, I still like the blue Taki. Don't get me wrong, man. But the red Taki is 100% the one you guys want to be going with. If you guys are going to try Takis, don't get the blue Taki. Get the Fuego Takis. Not Nitro. Not the blue ones. Get Fuego. Why? Because they are Fuego. That's all you can really say. They're absolutely Fuego. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Walmart Tire Center. You guys talk about in the chat, man. What you guys talk about in the chat? Let's see. Let me ask you guys this too. If Bitcoin does drop to 18.4, are you guys actually going to take advantage this time? Or are you guys going to FUD yourselves out? I want to know. I want to know in the chat. If Bitcoin does drop to 18.4 again, are you going to take advantage or are you going to FUD yourselves out? Okay? Because I see it everywhere. Bitcoin's dropping. Everyone's panicking, right? All the 10Kers come out. Bitcoin bounces. No one takes advantage of the long opportunity. What are you guys going to do? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. Because right now, I'm going to wait and see. Bitcoin's in the middle of the range. It's a wait and see. For me to make any moves, and this is why I'm kind of bored right now, man. I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of bored right now. Because it's in the middle of the range. Now, if Bitcoin does get a bounce up here, maybe I'll look for a short position there. If Bitcoin does come back down here, I'll look for another long position there. Until in this range right here, I'm not doing shit. I ain't doing shit. I'm waiting for test the support, test the resistance, and then we go from there. That's it. That's it. Right now we're in no man's land. No man's land. And we'll sort of sit in no man's land until we get some type of resolution, man. Let's see. George made me nervous about World War III. George spreading FUD? Holy moly, man. I never thought I'd see the day George spread FUD. I never thought I'd see the day. Why isn't the World War III FUD in the news? The World War III FUD? Holy moly, man. I guess it's FUD till it's not. The blue Taki sounds like an STD. If you got anywhere blue down in your private parts, you got a major problem, man. A major problem. Holy moly, man. Like a super major problem. A super major problem, man. All right, guys. Listen, like, I don't know, man. Like, I've been seriously contemplating about cutting the morning streams out until we get some type of freaking movement because it's getting to that point where there's like really not enough to talk about in 2 streams a day. To be quite fair, and I'm not gonna sit here and LARP about macro like I'm not gonna look at news and shit. That's it is what it is. What else we got, man? What else we got? So there's just really not a lot going on. You know, I mean there is, but there's not. Right? It looks like there is in the short-term time frames, right? But there's only so much you can say about the short-term time frames. You know what I mean? Like, okay, cool, we got resistance. Now we're coming back down to test support. All right, now we wait. Right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just being honest. There's really not. You know, there's some altcoins that have decent opportunities, but I think, you know, like we always like to say for altcoins, man, let's find a support and resistance for Bitcoin, and then we can play altcoins, right? Because we don't really know where Bitcoin's going to end up right here, and that can obviously dictate on any altcoin position, you know? Holy moly! John said, can we look at the very long term, say once a week? Once a week? Who's going nuts outside? Someone's ringing the doorbell, man. Holy moly. All right. But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's the deal. Like we said, guys, we're in a wait to see positions. Bitcoin's trying to hold this 19.6 level. So, like we always like to say, uh, just don't. I'm surprised. I'm actually, you know what? I'm generally surprised. Okay, I'm generally surprised that that George is spreading FUD, man. You know, we can talk about some long-term charts. Why not? I mean, the super long-term charts. Those are my favorite charts to look at, man. You know me. I love looking at the long-term charts. It's just right now it's very monotonous because we're kind of in the same range. As far as the super long-term charts goes, I mean, let's zoom out. All right, let's zoom out. Let me get rid of this because this is great. I mean, we can keep this down here. Let's get rid of this for now. Let's zoom out a little bit. Look at super long-term charts, right? So the weekly time frame, right? Let's take a look. Let's take a look. I'm actually going to keep this here. What's going on here in the weekly, right? I mean, here's the deal. Let me just clear this out, right? So the first of all, I mean, the one big thing, right? The one big thing is obviously this, the bull market support band, right? We're still below the damn bull market support band. And this is like a very basic way to look at the market. And one thing I'm waiting for to be like, holy moly, let's freaking go. We're going back to the upside. Come on, come on, come on. Right? It's one thing you can look at. Until we get back above that and hold a support, I mean, we're sort of just stuck. We're stuck down here, right? But the good thing is, if you think that, if you're under the assumption that these levels are going to hold out, right? These levels are going to hold out. We're going to be good, right? Bitcoin's not going to dump lower, at least on a close. Don't rule out a wick. I think the most interesting scenario, right, would be would just be a massive wick down for Bitcoin, right? Because what's one of the things that we sort of, or everyone kind of looks at, right? One of the things that everyone kind of looks at is the VIX, right, which is the volatility for the S&P. And everyone likes to say, okay, the bottom's not going to be in until the S&P sees a giant capitulation wick. So here's the deal. Could Bitcoin do something under the assumption that we looked at the long-term charts, right? Could Bitcoin do something where the S&P gets a massive, for like 2 or 3 weeks, just gets a massive capitulation, right? And we sort of see Bitcoin do one of these where, it's holding its biggest support level. It holds, it gets, a wick down here to 14K, and the VIX gets that wick and starts to come back down. The S&P starts bouncing, and then obviously Bitcoin can wick back up, and then we hold a range. I think that would be max pain for a lot of people. I really think that would be max pain, right? If Bitcoin did something along the lines of, wick down to 14K, because what are a lot of people waiting for, right? A lot of people are waiting to accumulate 14K and 10K. But what's the problem with most people? Most people are not going to accumulate on that first move down, right? They're going to wait for Bitcoin to steady out. I think the max pain would be a giant capitulation wick where a lot of people holding up here get super panicked. They capitulate their portfolios, right? Same thing on the S&P. They capitulate their portfolios, right? Come and test this 14K level down here. And then you shoot back up. Don't give the people who want to accumulate down there any time, all right? Literally any time to accumulate. And then you bounce back up and you just sit in the range here for another like 6 months or something. To me, that would be absolute, I guess I shouldn't say max pain. I guess what I mean by max pain is not max pain for bulls, but max pain for sort of both sides, As we kind of just sit here and LARP about the weekly chart. I know a lot of people will say, okay, and the one thing that would do too is that would kind of take this yellow vector candle right here, looking left, this yellow vector candle that is sitting there at 14K, right? I sometimes like to ignore that this yellow vector candle is still sitting here at 14K, and there actually is, there is one down here at like 5K too, but we're going to ignore that one, act like that one doesn't exist. And kind of go with the charts here, but there is still down there at 14K, and 14K, everyone's calling for 14K, right? And that's why I don't know. everyone wants to accumulate 14K. It makes so much sense on the charts, right? I mean, June 2019 high, yellow vector candle right there. Everyone calling for 14K. It makes so much sense. And the fact is it makes so much sense that it's either going to go there and wick back up, or it's going to go right before and wick back up. I don't know. That's good. Or it goes lower, right? And gets everyone super, super scared. I don't know, man. And that's kind of the deal we're waiting for. The good thing is us kind of sitting in this range for a long freaking time has allowed the 20-week moving average to quickly come down, right? So now that's sitting at 22K to 24K. The more we go sideways here, the easier it will be for us to break this ultimately. So, we're sort of just sitting, waiting for, I think a lot of people are just waiting for the Fed to pivot, which, we usually know that always gets front run, No way 14K. The 14K, man. The 14K. I think the biggest thing about this bear market is, to me, the biggest thing about this bear market, that if we actually compare the bear markets like we usually do, the biggest thing is the bear market rallies have been awful in this bear market. Like, the bear market rallies have sucked. Literally sucked, man. Like, and that's what I keep looking for that. All right. There's got to be some point where you do get that rally that gets people thinking, okay, this is it. We're going back to the moon, right? And maybe I'm dumb for thinking that, right? That at some point there's got to be this little fake rally that gets everyone excited, right? Because listen, this was a good rally, but no one believed we were going to the moon, right? On this rally, we were sort of saying, okay, like maybe 26K, 28K, and then dump. Like, no one was really saying, okay, we're going back to the moon. This is it. And we really haven't had that rally where it's like, we're going back to the freaking moon, right? Like I said, I could be dumb for thinking that. At some point, I got to think there's going to be this like move that gets everyone pumped, all right? Oh my God! And then it just instant dumps back down. We haven't had that yet. And I sort of thought that, going into October and into November, right, before the midterms, could be that point where Bitcoin does get that rally that fakes everyone out, right? Woohoo!
We're going to 100K tomorrow.
Right? And then it just kind of comes back down to earth. That was sort of my thinking here, but obviously right now nothing's really changed. We're back down at 19.6. I think people are looking at the chart and going, "Oh my God!" Like, pointing at it like the bears. But in reality, this is not really a huge move down, man. I mean, at least yet. We're sort of just chilling back in the range that we've been in for the last month, right? I mean, it's not really anything new. We've been here a million times where we got into the support, dumped, and that's the cookie we crumble with. The cookie that we freaking crumble with. We're going back to the moon. See you, Dan. Have a good one, man. Have a good one, man. And the other thing we can look at, I mean, we've looked at this a couple different times, is are we going to do what we've always done, which is have one more capitulation down to 10 to 14K, or are we going to, sort of deviate and just kind of do the opposite of what we've always done? I mean, to be fair, it's easy to say, okay, we're going to do the same thing, but the top was so much different that I got to assume, maybe not assume, but I got to think that, the bottom's going to be somewhat different, or at least think that it's possible, and not so much say, all right, it has to go down to 10 to 14K because that's what it's always done. We sort of sit. We sit and we hypothesize. Can I sound smart? Hypothesize, and we sort of we sort of chill. And guys, I mean, you guys don't understand my thinking, right? You guys don't understand my thinking here, why I was looking for this to be the time we get some sort of rally. And I'm still going to stay relatively confident with that, right? Could we go back down and test support again? Sure. That doesn't change anything for me. The thing I was looking at was, and you guys know I'm a big fan of bullish divergences. This was the first time in this bear market we've had weekly bullish div, right? We've had lower lows. We've had higher lows as the RSI was oversold. Just kind of the same thing as sort of the top side here. We're looking at the higher highs and the lower highs. Okay, sort of the same thing I was looking at for the top side. Or if you want to do a massive bearish div, You can do something along these lines, right? So I was kind of looking for the opposite to play out a little bit. Still think it's a good possibility there is. I think right now, obviously one of those days you get bad news, everyone gets bearish again until Bitcoin bounces and everyone gets bullish again. So it's sort of just another one of those days. And I'm not going to overreact to today because Bitcoin could range for a week. CPI could come out, it could be good, and then all of a sudden everyone's bullish and we're going to the moon again, you know? Or Bitcoin could bounce before the CPI and then it gets bad news and we're going back down and everyone's, you know, oh my God. Right now it's just it's a tug and war between the bulls and bears in this range. And I'm just interested to see how it plays out. You guys know my take. I still think you know, a rise to the upside here in the sort of medium term is what I'm looking for. You guys will call me crazy. Well, let's kind of look a month from now and see where we are, okay? And then you guys can call me crazy, all right? Let's go out a month from now. Let's wait till November 7th, and then you guys can call me crazy for thinking that we can get a little bit of upside, all right? Right now, you guys will call me crazy. Oh my God, Jordan's freaking crazy. You don't understand, guys. I'm not looking at the 1 hour chart here, okay? I don't care about the 1 hour chart. Let's do some komasa, tomata, shomosha, right? Because we could do something that we did in the top. You guys remember the top back up here in February of 2020 or in early 2021, right? We could do something like this where we just stay at the lows forever, man. And we keep making a little lower low, little lower low, little lower low as we're building bearish divergence. Okay, you know, higher high, higher high, higher high. Everyone in this whole time frame thinks it's going to go to 100K. What does it do? Just creates bearish divergence in the meantime, while everyone's like, oh my God, 100K is coming, and then eventually insta dumps, right? I'm sort of thinking the same thing can happen here, right? Is we sort of just hover in this range, you know, for a little bit. You know, whether we go up now or next week or, you know, 2 weeks from now. And you know, in the meantime, we build some bullish divergence. Everyone's calling for 14K. And we sort of do the opposite that everyone thinks. So that's what I'm looking at. Come back a month from now and you guys can either call me crazy or call me an idiot. Because, you know, I love when you guys call me idiots. It's fun. It's fun, man. Stock market could rally after the election to make this low stick. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of bearish and bullish things that could happen. You know, now you got people talking about World War III. Great. That could be bearish. That could be the Black Swan event that puts the cherry on top there. You know, and then let's see. What language is that? It's not bear language, Neil. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a stream. I mean, right now, Bitcoin's trying to hold this 19.6 level. It's coming back up. I mean, right now, I mean, look at the dump we had today, man. Let's look at the dump that we had today. Bitcoin is down 1.5%, Ethereum's down 1%, and everyone is panicking like the disco right now, right? ETH's not even down 1%. Bitcoin's chilling on the news. And yeah, everyone's panicking at the disco right now, right? Panicking at the disco. And in reality, we're just in the same range. So once again, we're going to play the range until it doesn't work, and hopefully we get something exciting happening so I don't go nuts here. And yeah, we'll go from there. All right, guys? I'm going to go work on the Cam family video, okay? Which I hopefully I'll be able to finish today. I got a lot of editing to do on that. This one's going to have a little bit more editing to it, and I'm excited for that one. So I'm going to go work on that and, you know, do some other stuff here. So I will catch you guys later. Don't do anything on do. Don't panic, stay crypto. Most don't panic, stay crypto. And don't be afraid to take profits on the bear market rallies until proven otherwise. All right? Later, my guys. Just chill out, man. Just chill out. Don't look at the 1 hour chart, bro. There's no point in looking at the 1 hour chart right now unless you're trying to trade. Okay? Chill out. Chill out. All right? See you guys. Peace out. Neil said sounds kinky. Sounds a little kinky. If you know what I mean, man. All right. Adios, guys. Peace.